Okay. Good evening, bonjour, bienvenue to everyone present virtually here. Before we start the program, on behalf of Srimati MMK College of Commerce and Economics, I extend my very warm welcome to our respected principal, vice principals, guest of honor, our special guest for the evening, honorable judges, cherished faculty of MMK College, my dear friends, and last but not the least, my dear students. So, today, how different is this evening? Indeed, very wonderful. The vibes around tell a beautiful tale, which is truly unforgettable. And I assure you, it's going to be such an experience inoubliable. Every year, our French department celebrates the French culture through an array of cultural activities to learn the foreign culture. Fashion shows, French songs, dance, food, presentations are preparing French students to discover the foreign language. It's been a decade that we follow this ritual to celebrate cultures. Now, at this moment, what resounds in my esprit is a line from the textbook on échange. Apprendre une langue, c'est aussi comprendre le monde. To learn a language is to understand the world better. Yes, when we learn the language, it is to also learn the social, economic, political life of a nation. This year too, like last year, we tried to apprehend the French culture online through the Bastille Day celebrations. The celebration today will make us travel in time where the students range their findings from contemporary to modern to discover the foreign language. So wishing everyone Bonne Fête Nationale. And now, with much further ado, let me call upon my lovely host for the day, Madam Daksha, who will take you around this beautiful voyage online. So over to you, Daksha. The screen is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Bastille Day Celebration. Je m'appelle Daksha Gogia. Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, music, art, wisdom, and nature, represents the free flow of wisdom and consciousness. It is believed that Goddess Saraswati endows all of the human beings with the powers of speech, wisdom, and learning. So let's start today's event by seeking the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. That indeed brought some peace to our minds. Now, moving ahead with the event, I would like to call upon my co-host, Mr. Reza, to tell you all about the significance of Bastille Day. Over to you, Reza.
Thank you, Daksha. My name is Reza Nekwi, and I'll be your host for this evening. Today, we are here to celebrate Bastille Day. Celebrated on July 14th, Bastille Day is the French National Day and the most important bank holiday in France. setting the storming of the Bastille in 1789 as an essential part in the history of France. The July 14th has become a major public holiday, traditionally considered as a symbol of the French Revolution. La Marseillaise is the national anthem of France. The song was written in 1792 by Carl-Joseph Rouget de Lille in Strasbourg after the declaration of war by France against Austria, and was originally titled Chant de guerre pour l'armée du Rhin. La Marseillaise is the French national anthem and has a long history that speaks to the history of France itself. In both French and English, this song is a powerful and patriotic anthem known throughout the world. That being said, let's take a walk down memory lane and have a look at clips of previous Bastille Day celebrations here at MMK College.
Take me down to your paradise. Won't believe until I see the light. Break me out, make me so alive. I'm craving you like I need a high. I'm a desert, you're an ocean. It's your motion that I need. But without you, I am broken, left to thirst out in the heat. Take me down to your paradise. I lose my words every time I try to make sense of what I lose my mind. You're every wrong that I need tonight. I'm a desert, you're an ocean. It's your motion that I need. But without you, I am broken, left to thirst out in the heat. Without you, I am broken, left to thirst out in.
Wow, this video was one roller coaster filled with various emotions. This video makes me realize that every occasion should be celebrated with the same zest and enthusiasm, whether it is in the offline mode or the online mode. And with this, I would like to call upon our very respected principal, Dr. C.A. Kishore Peshori sir, without whom this event wouldn't be possible.
Good evening, Daksha.
Good evening, sir.
Beena, the
Good evening, sir.
department event head and the subject head. Miss Arpana Dubey, event coordinator. The guest of honor, Madam Mariam, and the chief guest and the special guest, Madam Neha. Of course, my vice principals, Dr. Manikandan Iyer, Mrs. Roma Wagh, Mrs. Asha Bhatt, Dr. Ashish Jani, and last but not the least, most important person, Dr. Vishal Tomar, Diamond Jubilee Head. Bastille Day carries me to the memory of 2019 when I entered. That was the first event, major event, which Beena Madam had organized. It was organized with much fanfare. It was in offline mode which we conducted it. And we had a lot of cakes and dances. 2 years have passed. I missed that opportunity. And I feel that once again those days, because when you say Bastille, it's basically a day of victory, a day of standing united, and that is what it is celebrated for. And I know that MMK as a family is united in all its pre-COVID, COVID, and post-COVID world. The COVID times with needed education, and we have also gone now little bit offline by conducting CA examinations for the first time. I wish this program a grand success, because this year, basically when France opens up, I think the world will open up. The French Revolution was the first revolution of independence, and it opened up like anything, the roads to independence of colonial rules. And I feel that this Bastille Day will be signifying the opening of offline events, and let's hope that everybody stays safe and everybody comes. Let's have all more cakes and fun and all French dishes. So all the best to all the students and teachers for organizing such a wonderful day, which creates joys among us. Today the smallest part is that word joy, a very three-letter word, but it contains a lot of things. And I hope it brings a very important thing, a smile on everybody's face. Let's smile for this great event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wishes and your motivating words. It really means a lot to all of us present here. Moving ahead with the event, I would like to call upon our very respected Dr. Mani Iyer, sir, for some inspiring words.
Good evening, respected principal, sir, my colleagues from junior college, the Golden Jubilee organizing team, the Diamond Jubilee organizing team, organizing team members, special invitees and guests, and most of all, my dear students. I welcome you all to this Bastille Day celebration on behalf of the entire organizing team and Srimati MMK College of Commerce and Economics. I thank the principal and Beena madam for giving me an opportunity to say a few words in this very significant event organized by our junior college members. First of all, when I was going through some of the content which was related to this particular day, I went through a lot of information. And later on, I came to know that actually it is a medieval fortress which was used as a state prison. Political prisoners were often held there, as were citizens detained by the authorities for trial. Some prisoners were held on the direct order of the king, from which there was no appeal. By the end of the late 18th century, it was used very little and was scheduled to be demolished. Now, Bastille symbolizes the harsh rule of the Bourbon monarchy. When there was a tremendous unrest in 1789, on July 14, a mob approached Bastille to demand the arms and ammunition stored there. And when the forces guarding the structure resisted, the attackers captured the prison and released the 7 prisoners held there. It is normally said that the taking of the Bastille signaled the beginning of the French Revolution, and it thus became a symbol of the end of the ancient regime. Hence, it is celebrated as a French Revolution Day. It is very nice of the Department of French and the team members who are celebrating this day and are one of the significant contributors to understand the importance of this day. My heartiest congratulations to the entire team. Because of this pandemic, as Principal Sir has said, we are celebrating this day through virtual mode, online mode. And I wish that in the coming years, we will be celebrating this day physically on campus with lot of funfair and beautiful events. All the best to the organizing team. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak in front of the audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming here and sharing your words of wisdom. It really means a lot to us. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Vishal Tomar, sir, to introduce the guest of honor for today's event. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Daksha. Good evening, Principal Sir. Good evening, Mani Sir. And good evening, our guest. Good evening to all my students who are attending this program. The guest of honor for this program, Bastille Day, is Miss Miriam Bahaniye. She is a biologist and a resource person on singing skill. So she is a biologist also, and she is also having a singing skill. So biologist and a singing skill, as well as a French teacher for Delft-Dal, the online courses which has been conducted in association with Lingua Mist. She is French native, but she can speak English fluently and some words of Hindi. Madam, ये प्रोग्राम में आपका स्वागत है. So welcome you, ma'am. Some of the words of Hindi, since she knew, because she lived in India from 2015 to 2018 during her PhD thesis on botanical studies in the state of Rajasthan. She was a conductor of student choir in Jaipur for 2 years, and now she is back in France, but still active in many singing activities. She is one of the co-founder of the Cultural Association Plums the Gang, an association that has been organizing Indo-French exchange program since 2017 with local host families between the beautiful French city Bordeaux and New Delhi. Because of this COVID pandemic, this program was not possible the way it was originally held, but now through this virtual mode, that is through this virtual education training program, we try to discover the French culture and are active in several schools across India. Ma'am, welcome to MMK College. We, the MMK family, welcomes you, and our students are waiting to hear you. Over to you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Can you hear me all? Yes? Okay. Because this is the first time I'm using these headphones, so I was not sure. So namaste, and thank you all for inviting me to be part of this event. I'm very glad to be here, and thank you, Bina ma'am, and also Principal Sir, all the MMK family, and also Kashmira ma'am. I've seen she was there because I know Kashmira ma'am, she was assisting some of the DALF classes. So thank you all, and thank you to the students. I think you would like to hear about the opportunities to study in France if you would like to take on further studies, isn't it? Bina ma'am, you have to guide me because...
Yeah. Yes. If they want to go higher studies in France, how do they, or whatever you would like to share with them? Yes, which could be.
If you want me also to sing a French song, that is also possible. But you can tell me whenever you would like me to sing because I can adjust as per your program. You tell me. And yeah, today is the 14th of July, le 14 juillet in French. So this is, yes, the National Day of France. I think in India it's 26th of January, if I am not wrong. Yes.
15th August.
15th August, but what is 26th of Jan? It's
That's
also
the
something.
Republic Day.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, I was getting confused. Yes, yes. So 15th August is your National Day, and 14th of July is ours. So the history was already well summarized, and this is a symbol of the French Revolution, which happened in 1789. Donc la Révolution française. And I just to correct, so that you get the right pronunciation, the city where I am living near to is Bordeaux, not Bordeaux. It has an X at the end, but you know, with the French accent, we say Bordeaux. And this is a city which is famous for the export. And since you are doing business and commerce, this is very famous for export of wine. And we have lots of vineyards in this area. So if you like to do some hotel management studies, or this is a good area to target for that local product, basically. So if you would like to take on further studies in France, it is possible, but then you'll have to master the language, because nowadays people are starting to speak better English than they used to be before, but I'm quite an exception to speak it that fluently. There are other people too, but it's not very common. So if you like, especially to do the studies in the French colleges, you have to speak French. That is why it is very important to take those French classes with your teachers. And then, of course, spending time directly on the territory is the best to improve your skills. So what I would like to tell you, I think you will not be familiar with this system. The colleges we have in France, we don't have any private colleges. It is all public. So the system is public, and it is quite affordable in terms of price. That's something you need to know, because it's not like in the UK. I've also done some of my studies personally, masters, and it's different. I know India still has some habits of the English system in its way of functioning, but it's quite different in France. It's more a social country, and so it's not as good as it used to be, but still it's the social system is still there. So many things are public, and the colleges are public, all of them. So to give you an idea, the average price of a school year, of a college year, when I say college, not college, I'm sorry, I mean universities, because college, I think you will be in high school, isn't it?
Lycée.
Yes. Lycée, yes. So I'm speaking about the universities, because we have private high schools, but they are not private in the terms of being part of a family or a private interest. It's like when they say private in France, it's because they are not secular. Like we have private colleges and secondary schools also, but there will be Catholic schools, basically, in opposition to secular schools, which are not promoting one religion upon another. So the public schools, the majority of the schools we have in France, they will be public because they are secular, and you have all the other private schools, which will be Catholic, most of them, but a few of them will be Jewish, a few of them would probably be Muslim also. But Catholic school, majority of private schools. But it doesn't mean it belongs to someone or to a company or a family, because still it depends upon public finance, right? That is for secondary schools and high schools, colleges. Then for the universities, you have to understand everything is public. So the average price for one university year is around 500 euros per year. That's into rupees. You have to do the conversion. I think nowadays 1 euro is about 88 rupees or something. But if you convert, it is still, even in terms of Indian price, still quite affordable. I'm telling you this because there are sometimes some scams. Since the studies are very expensive in the UK, there are people, not everyone of course, but there are people that are trying to scam foreign students, like Indian students or Chinese students, because they know that if they can travel, they can afford high prices for the schooling. But you have to understand that the schooling in France is always quite affordable if it is public. Now, so that is for the universities, and it is all having very good, reputation, and the certificates you get at the end of your studies will be known everywhere. So these are good schools. You have basically good universities in each of the departments, each of the big cities of France, which means quite a lot. Like Paris, of course, this is the capital, but not only. Marseille, Nantes, Bordeaux, Toulouse, Grenoble, Clermont-Ferrand, all the big cities, right? I'm not going to list all of them. But if you go on the map of France, and what you'll have to do if you are interested in joining a French university, you have to apply 1 year before. So you have to be very well organized. You have to speak French, and you have to you have to apply as if you were applying for a job position. But then they will have a look at your files, and if you have already scored good enough marks during your studies, and if you speak French, most probably you will be allowed to join. We don't have any competition or exam entrance to join in a university. It's just based on your records. That is for the public universities. But now also there are another system. There is another system which is also interesting, and it is a little different. This is what we call the engineer schools, or the business schools also. So in this case, these are not universities. These are just higher schools. To join in these schools, then you'll have either to crack a contest, so depending on each topic, or you'll have to pay for it, but then it is becoming quite expensive. Approx price for joining a average business school will be 8,000 euros per year. So that's a big difference in between 500 euros for the university year and 8,000 euros, right? So it's just as you can manage. There are the options for every family, but if you are looking for an affordable solution, then go for the public universities, which are also giving good education. But then also, if you are very good and if you want to do engineering studies, then you have to crack that entrance exam to go into those engineer schools, which are really, how can I say, they are very high valued, like the IITs in India. I know if you want to join a IIT school, it's very difficult to get in. So it's the same with those engineer schools in France. So there are a few of them which are the most renowned, like École Polytechnique or HEC, which are for you, especially for you, haute études de commerce, higher studies of business and market. So to get into those schools, you have to take a contest, which is usually done in France after 2 years of what we call preparatory classes. So right after the baccalaureate, which is due to reforms, new laws, and also to COVID situation, nowadays the baccalaureate is a little compromised, but usually, earlier the system was like that at the age of 18. So when you are in class 12, you have to give that exam, national exam, which is baccalaureate or A-level. So right after that exam, and depending both on your school records and the marks you would have scored during that exam, national exam, then you can get into one of those preparatory schools to basically get trained in a very hard way. It's like almost in the army, but for the school. So you will be trained in a very hard way to crack those exams to enter one of those higher schools. Okay? So I hope it is clear how it works. So you have two separate systems. One is the public universities, and one is those higher schools. Some of them are public, some of them are private. But they're not called universities, they are called schools, écoles. D'accord? So either école de commerce, either école polytechnique, either different type of schools. But if you want to go to université. This is always. Do you have any questions on that?
Thank you so much. That was a lot of information, and I'm sure you've convinced quite a few people to move to France very soon. Now, I would actually like to hand over the mic and the screen to Mrs. Aparna Dubey to introduce our special guest for the evening.
Suraj.
Fascinated by French language, culture, and heritage. She was chosen as the first student in India to get a scholarship and for 3 IB for Larsen and Toubro and a she University. Welcome Neha ma'am, over to you.
Please wait a moment as we're figuring it out. There's a video that needs to be played. We're just waiting on that. There's a bit of a technical issue.
Thank you, Reza. It's my honor to introduce our special guest for the evening, Madam Neha Shah Cheda. Madam Neha was a student of Jai Hind College. She was always fascinated by French language, culture, and heritage. Madam Neha has done her bachelor's in French literature, during which she was chosen as the first student in India to get a scholarship and study in France for a year. After returning to India, she completed her master's and immediately secured a job at the French consulate. Having worked there for 3 years, she decided to try her hand at teaching. Taught at IB school for 3 years, Madam Neha was also freelance translator for Larsen and Toubro and a few other firms, and is still being a freelance translator. Currently, she is teaching graduation and post-graduation students at the Mumbai University. Welcome Neha ma'am, over to you ma'am.
Each and
Bonjour everyone. Can you all hear me? Am I okay? Great. So first of all, joyeux fête nationale à tout le monde, and it's a great pleasure to be here, and I'm truly honored to be a part of this occasion with you. So thanks a lot, Beena ma'am and Principal sir and his entire team. And I can already see the bunch of students, very enthu, very, very intelligent, have done their research work very well on Bastille Day. So I'm not going to ponder on that. But yeah, I'm very happy that you all have chosen French as your language. And it truly, truly opens up a lot of international doors. Like, it is a language of culture, etiquettes. The language is poem in itself, very frankly. So that eventually, when you're speaking, like the way you speak Hindi or English or your mother tongue, eventually when you start speaking, you will enjoy it. Like, trust me, you will enjoy the language. And like I said, it opens up many doors, international markets, MNCs. From a personal perspective, as soon as they see French on your CV, you're on top of their list. Okay, they really want you there, basically. And there are so many profiles that you can, job profiles that you can venture into learning French, teaching being one of them. Like, now that I'm a teacher, and I think Beena ma'am would agree to that you create your own little world in that little classroom of yours, where you and the students interact with each other. when the students, you interact with each other, it's your own little small world, and you have a lot of fun exploring the language, the social, political aspects. And it really, it's like a big window where you can, like Miriam ma'am said, like there is a political aspect. You can study fashion, food, literature, art, tourism. There are so many fields that you can study, economics, law, so many things that you can study. And I think you should just enjoy this journey of French. I'm not going to get into a lot of details because Miriam ma'am has already given a lot of information, but enjoy this journey of learning French and try to soak in as much as possible. You have a wonderful teacher there. Get out all the information from her. And felicitations à tout le monde, à chacun de vous in advance. You're doing a great job there. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. Now it will be time to welcome our judges for the evening. Our first judge is Madame Prochimaster. She has been a French teacher since the early 1990s. She has authored at least 10 French books, many of which are used as course material in several schools and colleges. She was also appointed the secretary of the Indian Association of Teachers of French, Western Zone, a few years ago, where she organized many activities for the French teachers. Her early 60s drastic change as she got the opportunity to meet Mr. Milind Soman, who inspired her to participate in the Pinkathon. And since then, she has participated in every run. Even at the age of 70, she is a constant source of inspiration for family and friends, proving that age is just a number. We are honored to have you, ma'am. Our second judge is Kashmira Bala. She has been teaching French since 2005 in a school. She has completed all her levels from Alliance Française of Mumbai in 2007. The same year, she received a scholarship from the French Embassy to do a teaching course in Montpellier of France. She is currently a French teacher at St. Xavier's Boys' School in Villeparle. She has just finished her degree in translation from Mumbai University and is so passionate about the language that she is preparing for the DALF C1 level. She is also a habilitator and corrector of the DALF A1 and A2 levels from CIEP in Paris. We are delighted to have you, ma'am. Now, let me hand over the screen to my co-host for the evening, Daksha, to get us going with the awaited first competition.
Thank you.
Singing. Singing is the gateway to heaven. Everybody loves to sing, irrespective of the quality of their voice. Some have a high-pitched voice, while some are blessed with a melodious voice. Learning music is all about knowing yourself. It is meditation. Music makes you love the world. So let us start with the first segment of today's celebrations, Le Chant, that is the singing competition. All you participants, this is your chance to spellbind the audience with your amazing vocal skills. There are some rules for this competition. The first rule is that this is a solo event. The second rule is that it is restricted to 3 to 5 minutes. The songs either have to be completely French or they need to include a few lines of French. And the use of instruments and karaoke is allowed. So now I would like to call upon my first participant for today's competition, Bhumika Chakraborty. The college code for that is NEO.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Bhumika and today I'm going to sing a very beautiful song that is L'amour est bleu with some soft and sweet Indian touch. I hope you all will enjoy this song. Pamagamaga, magarisa pamagamaga, nitha pamapa, pamagama nitha pamapa, pamagamaga. Magarisa pamagamaga, nitha pamapa, pamagama nitha pamapa, pamagamaga, magarisa resa. te bra. Du, du, l'amore du se ma vi pradatva. Gris, gris, l'amore gris, pleure-moi que lorsque tu t'en vas. Gris, gris, le ciel est gris, tombe la pluie quand tu n'es plus là. Comme l'eau qui court, moi mon cœur court après ton amour. Yesterday we were together and life was sweet. Today you are gone and my life is sad and love is blue. Comme l'eau qui court, moi mon cœur court après ton amour. Bleu, bleu, l'amour est bleu, le ciel est bleu lorsque tu reviens. Bleu, bleu, l'amour est bleu, l'amour est bleu quand tu prends ma main. Merci.
Wow, that was such a nice performance. Personally, I can barely sing a Hindi song this well, and she sang a French song. So kudos to you, Bhumika. Now, I would like to call upon my next participant, Faith Walls. The college code for her is Marseille.
Tu vois là,
Wow, Faith, that was one performance. You managed to sing so sweetly and also played the guitar so well. Now, moving ahead, I would like to call the next participant, Anushri Deosthali. The college code for her is Bordu. I loved your performance. You got me grooving to your music. Now, I would like to call upon the next participant, Jania Desai. The college code is Toulouse. Wow, I loved your performance. I could actually see everyone dancing and singing to it. Now, I would like to call upon the last participant for the singing competition, Angela Rodriguez, and the college code for her is Nonth.
On brûla toutes les deux, on en fait mon ange. J'ai prévu nos adieux à la terre, mon ange. Et j'ai voulu partir avec toi. J'ai voulu mourir dans tes bras. Que la mer ne mange les corps, que le ciel nous lave les cœurs. Je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore. Je m'excuse auprès des deux, de ma mère et ses louanges. Je sais toutes les prières, tous les vœux pour que ça change. Mais je veux partir avec toi. Je veux mourir dans tes bras. Que la mer ne mange les corps, que le ciel nous lave le cœur. Je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore. On coulera toutes les deux en enfer, mon ange. Tu peux écrire tes adieux à la terre, mon ange, car je veux partir avec toi. Je veux mourir dans tes bras. Si la mer ne mange les corps, si le ciel lui pique le cœur, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore, je t'aimerai encore.
Wow, that was some performance. Great job. Now, I've got an interesting fact about France for you. France is the largest country in the European Union, covering a total area of 5,51,695 square kilometers. However, it is only the third largest country in Europe, behind Ukraine and the European portion of Russia. Well, if you enjoyed this fact, well, brace yourself for our next event, the speech competition, Discord, where the participants have some intriguing facts for you. The rules are as follows. This is a solo event. The time limit is between 2 and 4 minutes. The topic that has been given is rare facts of France. This may be in English or French as per your first preference. Our first contestant for this event is Meenal Mathur with the college code Paris.
Je m'appelle Meenal Mathur and je represent HR College of Commerce and Economics. Here are some rare facts about France. We have all studied about rulers and their reign over a period of time. But did you know that the shortest reign of any ruler in the entire world was of King Louis XIX of France, which lasted for not more than 20 minutes? We all know that France is very famous for its cheese. But did you know that France produces about 1.7 million tons of cheese every year, that too in more than 1,600 varieties? The greatest cycle race in the entire world, the Tour de France, is more than 100 years old. C'est super, isn't it? Well, we have all seen brides of various countries wear white dresses. But the tradition of these white dresses originated in France in 1499. One of the most astonishing facts about France is that the world's oldest living person was a French woman named Janine Louis Calment. She lived for 122 years and 164 days. Besides these, France was the first country ever to ban throwing away of excess food. C'est excellent. One of the most mind-blowing facts of the France history was that during the Second World War, when Germany invaded France and Hitler ordered the tearing down of Eiffel Tower, the orders were not followed, and the French took their revenge by cutting the elevator cables, and therefore the Nazis had to climb the stairs to reach the top and hoist their flags. We all love France. It is a beautiful country with its marvelous tradition, culture, its great food, various historical monuments, its famous Renaissance era, and a lot of other things. And we all wish to visit it someday, don't we? Well, joyeux 14 juillet et merci beaucoup.
Bravo. Now, for our second contestant, we have Vaishnavi Katare with the college code Nancy.
Bonjour, myself Vaishnavi, and today I'm going to share with you all some rare facts about France. France, without question, stunningly beautiful and diverse country. A country well known for its wines and sophisticated cuisines. France has the second largest population of the EU nation. The country of France has 12 time zones with it, which is the highest number among any other nation in the world. Did you know the word French isn't French? Ironically, the word France, technically not French. It came from the Germanic tribe. It's a Latin word. The actual word was franc, means to free. If you did not know, then listen to me. France is nation of foodies. France people love their food and culture. They are very passionate about their food and every meal. While eating, they greet each other. Bon appétit. Have a good meal. French people also consumes 500 million snails per year. But have you heard that snails having their own ticket? But in France, the snails must have their own ticket while traveling in high-speed trains. Rare. We are aware that in world many cities are riddled with the signs, among them stop sign. But the city of Paris have only one stop sign. Rare. Now I am going to share with you all one rarest fact about France. For some people, staying in the same room with the dead body is pure torture. But in France, legally, one can marry with a dead person. Isn't it rare? Whoever said true love never dies was not wrong. Now, I'm going to share with you all one ideal fact about France. France government have one policy: raise your children and get rewarded. Yes, it is our natural responsibility to take care of our children. But in France, the parents who raise their several children with dignity are get awarded with the Medal of French Family, La Médaille de la Famille Française. Great! These are some rare facts which I have discovered about France. Truly a beautiful, historic, and most visited country. France deserves a visit once in a lifetime. Merci.
Très bien. Good job. Next up, we have Khushi Mehta with the college code Lyon.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Khushi et aujourd'hui, je vais vous aider à découvrir des faits surprenants sur la France. Ah, c'est la France qui nous a donné la belle langue de Molière. Pourtant, il y a de nombreux faits surprenants qui sont ignorés par la plupart des gens. Et ce sont des choses qui sont vraiment stupéfiantes. Alors, allons-y. Mesurer la taille de la France est vraiment une casse-tête. Car il faut tout d'abord compter la France métropolitaine, c'est-à-dire la partie de la France qui est située sur le continent européen, en n'oubliant surtout pas de compter des îles. On arrive donc à une superficie totale de 551 000 km², une taille qui fait la France le plus grand pays de l'Union européenne. Ensuite, on ajoute le territoire d'outre-mer. Grâce à la territoire d'outre-mer, la France a vraiment une présence dans toutes les mers du globe. Et c'est un facteur de la puissance, dit le président Macron. Donc, on arrive à une superficie totale de 664 000 km². Et pour ça, la France est le 41e pays le plus grand du monde. Et c'est pas mal. Maintenant, c'est trop de la géographie. Alors, mais ayez la patience. On arrive donc à des choses très très choquantes. L'armée française est la seule d'Europe à encore compter des pigeons voyageurs dans ses rangs. Il a été dit, en cas de catastrophe majeure, c'est le seul moyen de communication efficace. Puis, on a toujours pensé que le français est parlé beaucoup dans le continent européen. Mais c'est actuellement incorrect. Il y a plus de francophones en Afrique qu'en Europe. Ensuite, les Français nous ont enseigné les trois principes de liberté, égalité et fraternité. Et surtout, en faire emphase sur liberté. Jusqu'en 2012, les femmes étaient interdites de porter un pantalon. Oui, de porter un pantalon, sauf si elles étaient à cheval ou à vélo. Oui, c'est correct. Alors, on donc arrive dernièrement à une actualité. La France est un pays qui a légalisé le FIV pour les couples lesbiennes et pour des femmes célibataires. Merci beaucoup.
Splendid work. That was some very fluent French. Next up, we have Ritija Babar with the college code Marseille.
Good day, friends and lovers of France. Myself, Rituja Babu from Apostolic Carmel Junior College. I often am asked why I chosen to learn French. It's a difficult language, I agree, but a beautiful and among the most spoken languages in the world. There are more than 25 countries around the globe that uses French as their preferred language. Interestingly, it was the official language of England for 300 years. Today, it's a sway and elegant to speak French. Europe is the continent of many frisks. At the heart of this petite but powerful continent lies in France. Named after its people, the Franks, who hailed from the northern part, this race of the people were pioneers. Did you know that the small unit of the Gaul was the last tribe to withstand the mighty Romans. In fact, the old name for France was Gaul. Moving into more recent times, France continued to grow in one of the most formidable countries in Europe. Withstanding the Second World War was of no mean feat, and the French emerged, heads held up high, and continued to achieve excellence in many fields like architecture, literature, science, and film. I have encountered illustrious names like Lavoisier, Madame Curie, and Le Frère Lumière, who have invented films. Thinkers like Rousseau and Voltaire, artists like Monet and Dali. What a wealth of culture! Some things have said with me about France. They respect to the culture and their speech. France is Monet. France is like that means the religion should not be imposed in schools or in workplace. And the gastronomy. Oh la la! The Charles de Gaulle, former governor of the France, once said, "How does one rule a nation which has 246 varieties of cheese?" France is just renowned and unmatched. France is the most visited country in the world. France has one of the best nature in the world, fondly called Le Hexagon after its six-sided shape. Oh yes, France is full of magic and history. Mercy.
Superb. Those were some very informative facts. Now it's time for Kanvi Parekh with the college code Bordeaux.
Bonjour. 79, 80, 81, 82. On a toujours perdu avec les nombres français. Pourquoi le motif des nombres français change après 69? Est-ce que vous connaissez? Alors, aujourd'hui, on va voir le motif des nombres français. Au début, les Romains avaient colonisé la France vers 50 avant Jésus-Christ et apportent leur culture et leur façon de compter. C'était un système qui s'appelle le système de décimales et c'est basé sur le chiffre 10. Alors, les nombres étaient 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 7 multiplié 10, 80, 8 multiplié 10 et 90. Or, les Romains étaient arrivés. Ils avaient cohabité avec les populations qui y résidaient depuis longtemps. C'était la population de Serdiques ou les Gaulois. Ils ont introduit un système qui s'appelle le système du vigésime. C'est basé sur le nombre 20 et ça vient de la Norvège et du Danemark. Donc, les nombres étaient 20, 20, 10, 2, 20, 2, 20, 10, 3, 20, 3, 20, 10, 80 et 90. Avec le commencement du XVIIe siècle et l'influence des écrivains, l'Académie française a décidé de choisir un système vrai. Et c'est un mélange de système de décimales et du vigésime. C'est la raison au présent, on a des chiffres comme 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 et 90. En comparant la France avec les autres pays, la Suisse a adopté le système de décimales et au contraire, la Belgique a adopté le système de décimales aussi, mais sauf 80 et 90. Carrément, j'avais aucune idée à propos de l'origine des nombres français, mais maintenant ou après au présent, je le connais. Et j'espère que vous avez trouvé cette information intéressante et bizarre aussi. Mais je crois que vous avez appris beaucoup de choses à propos des chiffres français. Et pourquoi on a cette équation après 70 ou 80, 4 multiplié 20 et tout ça. Mais maintenant, on le connaît. Alors, c'est pour l'origine des nombres français et je vous souhaite la bonne fête de National et merci beaucoup.
Wow, your command over French really is quite something. Last but not the least, we have Ria Gawande with the college code Bordeaux as well.
Bonjour, myself Riya Gamande and I am from Ramnarayan Riya Autonomous College. Today, on the occasion of Bastille Day, I am here to share with you some of the most interesting and amazing facts about France. So let's get started. Wait. Before knowing about the facts, let us know what is Bastille Day. So the Bastille Day is celebrated on 14th July every year to commemorate the storming of Bastille, a military fortress and prison on the 14th July 1789 in a violent uprising. It also symbolized the tyranny of French monarchy, especially King Louis XVI and his queen Marie Antoinette. Now let's get straight to the facts. The name France was derived from the word Frank, a Germanic tribe that invaded the Western Roman Empire in 6th century and founded the first independent kingdom covering most of today's France. La Marseillaise, the French national anthem, was not composed in Marseille city but in Strasbourg in 1792. The French cuisine has been included in the UNESCO's list of world's intangible cultural heritage. Talking about la cuisine française, les croissants et les baguettes were not invented by a French but an Austrian entrepreneur, Auguste Zang. The 6th of January every year is called l'Epiphanie or la Journée des Rois, which commemorates the visit of 3 wise men to infant Jesus. It is a tradition to eat la galette des rois or the king's cake on this day. Did you know that France produces about 1.7 million tons of cheese every year in around 1600 varieties? Ooh la la, they are the greatest consumers of cheese. It is also illegal to throw away food in France, by the way. France is known for its fine arts, sculpture, painting, dance, and music. The 3 artists, Claude Monet, Vincent van Gogh, and Paul Cézanne, who changed the face of the world through their artworks, were from France. Very rarely people know that the first pioneers of cinema were 2 French brothers, Louis Lumière and Auguste Lumière, who screened for first time a public screening of a movie. Their invention, La Cinématographe, screened 10 short 50-second films at the Salon du Grand Café in Paris. France owns the #1 art museum of the world, Le Louvre. Le Louvre is home to iconic Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo, the Great Sphinx of Tanis, and many other great artworks. France is among the top exporting countries when it comes to luxury items. With companies like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Cartier, and many other emerging, it has given a great boost to the French economy. It is also true that French jewelry has been in existence for over 1,000 years now. Right from empire jewelry to Art Nouveau to Pauvre Camille, costume jewelry, Art Deco, France has witnessed it all. Lastly, I would like to conclude by saying that France is among the most beautiful nations of the world, which is why now there are over 800 million tourist visits every year in France. People from across the globe come to visit and witness the art, sculpture, and medieval architecture of France. So this was my speech about France's rare old facts. I hope you enjoyed listening to them. I would like to extend my gratitude to the French department of Mitibai Motiram Kunnani College for giving me an opportunity to express my thoughts on France on this very special day. Thank you so much for listening patiently.
Thank you so much to all the participants. My brain is truly loaded with a lot of information related to France that I hadn't heard about. Some facts actually shook me. Now my curiosity to go to France and binge on various varieties of cheese and especially do some shopping has surely increased. Thank you to all the participants for that. Now, till our judges take some time to, make some judgments about the participants and declare the winners, we would like to show you a video that is prepared by the French students at MMK College. They've surely taken some efforts during these tough times to make this event more joyful.
Il a fallu en arriver là pour nous rassembler, prendre conscience de l'importance de l'humanité. Ce combat, c'est le monde entier qui doit le mener, car il n'y a pas de couleur ni de religion pour être confiné. Il a fallu en arriver là pour les remercier, ces héros du quotidien qui sans compter sacrifient leur vie au nom de notre santé. Ces mêmes qui crient dans la rue, venez nous aider. Et demain, on fera quoi? On recommencera, l'homme est comme ça. Et demain, ça sera nous, les maîtres du jeu, un point c'est tout. S'aimer encore, danser encore, sourire encore, s'embrasser plus fort, pleurer encore, souffrir encore, et tenir encore, et chanter plus fort. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, ça fait du bien. La 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 la, la 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 la. Il a fallu en arriver là pour qu'on se parle, qu'on recommence à s'amuser avec dalle, pour qu'on s'appelle, qu'on se dise je t'aime, est-ce que t'as mal? Avec le temps, on retrouvera le temps et la morale. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, ça fait du bien. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
That was amazing, don't you think? Great efforts taken by our students. Now, we are going to start with the most awaited segment of today's event, that is, the fashion show. I believe that fashion is no more a word that is restricted only to clothing choices. Fashion includes personality and before we start with the fashion show, I would like to quote something. Style is a way to say who you are without having to speak for yourself. So without further ado, let's begin with the most awaited segment of today's event, that is the fashion show. I would now like to call upon our first participant for the fashion show, that is Purvi Parab. The code for Purvi Parab is Dijon. Wow, that was one amazing performance. You actually got me to wear that hat and walk the ramp. Now, I would like to call upon our next participant, Akshi Kale. The college code for Akshi is Pari.
I don't wanna wait. I don't wonder why. Know where this is heading. You see it in your eyes. It's the way that I sway when my body is talking, fading away. I'm falling into you. There's nothing I can do. Oh, I need
Ooh la la, that was some performance, Akshi. I think you totally did justice to the retro theme and showed a perfect blend of the Indian and French culture. Now, I would like to call upon our next participant, Sonia Daryani. The college code is Lyon. That was a wonderful performance. Thank you so much, Sonia, for taking us to France virtually. Now, let me call upon participant for the fashion show, Tanish Shivdasani. The code is PARI.
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quiere a mí. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. Mi música los tiene fuerte bailando y se baila así. La fiesta no para, apenas comienza.
Arrêtez de me dévisager, faut que t'arrêtes de me dévisager. Je me suis levé du mauvais pied, je me demande où j'ai mis mes clés. Faut que t'arrêtes de me dévisager, je me suis levé du mauvais pied. Est-ce que tu peux me rendre un service, je te le demande comme un ami. Est-ce que tu peux me laisser tranquille? Tu peux me laisser tranquille, je demande une dernière fois. S'il te plaît, faut me laisser tranquille. Faut me laisser tranquille, je demande une dernière fois. Arrête d'essayer de rentrer dans ma vie. Tu me connais comme si tu m'avais vu naître. Hey, tu me dis voilà no, tu veux clasher, fais le bien, mais n'insulte pas la daronne. Tu sais bien que je vais te retrouver, tu sais qu'on a les bras longs. Je vais pas faire le fanfaron. En bref, ainsi va la vie, je suis dans le secteur et je baroute dans la vie. Arrêtez de me dévisager, faut que t'arrêtes de me dévisager. Arrêtez de me dévisager, faut que t'arrêtes de me dévisager. Je me suis levé du mauvais pied, je me demande où j'ai mis mes clés. Je me suis levé du mauvais pied, je me demande où j'ai mis mes clés. Faut que t'arrêtes de me dévisager, je me suis levé du mauvais pied. Est-ce que tu peux me rendre un service, je te le demande comme un ami. Est-ce que tu peux me laisser tranquille? Tu peux me laisser tranquille, je demande une dernière fois. S'il te plaît, faut me laisser tranquille. Faut me laisser tranquille, je demande une dernière fois. Arrête d'essayer de rentrer dans ma vie. diamant. Le respect est à...
Wow, boy, you set the stage on fire. Now, I would like to call upon the last participant for the fashion show, that is Khushi Yadav. The for Khushi Yadav is Dijon.
किसी शायर की गजल किसी झील का कंवल किसी शायर की गजल किसी झील का कंवल कहीं तो मिलेगी कभी तो मिलेगी आज नहीं तो कल किसी शायर की गजल किसी झील का कंवल कहीं तो मिलेगी कभी तो मिलेगी आज नहीं तो कल किसी शायर की गजल
Je veux qu'on m'écoute, oui, je veux qu'on me comprenne. Je veux aimer savoir pourquoi je suis là. Dis-moi pourquoi je suis là. Et je marche seule, cachée sous mon ombrelle. S'il te plaît, ne te moque pas de moi. Je vais au pôle emploi, la morale à plat. Et je fais le mariole, parfois je fais des marmites. J'en ai marre très vite, je peux démarrer de suite. Dites-moi que vous en dites. Oh, dites-moi que vous en dites. Je suis en mode burn-out, est-ce qu'il faut que je te le répète? Ça brûle, ça pique, ça me pique à la tête.
Wow. Congratulations to all participants. They have done great, superb, nothing that I could ever replicate. But now it's time to call upon our first judge for the day, Madam Proshi Master, to speak a few words about her experience here today, and then announce the results of the singing competition and the fashion show.
Thank you so much. Bonsoir tout le monde. A big thank you to respected Principal Dr. C.A. Kishore Peshori, Vice Principal Dr. Mani Iyer, Junior College Vice Principal Madame Roma Wag, your event head Madame Beena Multani. I must really congratulate you for putting together such a wonderful show. It's not easy holding events online. Everyone knows all the face as far as technical issues are concerned. Even I just lagged out in between. Suddenly my net went off, but luckily it came back on again. And all my dear students, it has been a great experience being here with you all today. I have been teaching many students of MMK in the past, the 11th and 12th standard, as a private tutor, of course. And I know Madame Beena Multani, she's been doing a great job since many years. It was a real joy to be here with all of you all. So now, without much ado, I think I shall announce the winners. And this is one of my least favorite parts of any competition. Some are going to go home happy and thrilled, and some are going to be disappointed. But what is most important is that so many have participated. It's not just enough learning a language or learning your conjugations and facts, but also learning about the culture. And the French National Day is a wonderful in which you can learn so many more things about. There were so many facts which some of these girls mentioned, which I was not aware of at all. So it was a really wonderful experience. So now I will announce the singers first. I think it goes without saying it was quite a hands down thing. The first position goes to Anushri Devsthali. very well sung with a lot of expression. Marks were given for expression, intonation, the way of pronouncing and everything. So she wins hands down, Anushri. After her comes Angela Rodriguez. She was also equally good. And we have a tie in the second place because it was difficult to choose between two of them. So we have Angela Rodriguez and Jania Desai who have tied for second place. And the third was Bhumika Chakraborty. So I hope we have done justice to all the winners. Those who have won, who are congratulated, and those who have lost by just 1 mark or 2 marks. So please don't be disheartened. This should just inspire you to keep practicing more, and maybe in the next year's performance, you may be the winner. And then we have the fashion show, which was, I must say, it was really wonderful. We have some very super models coming up. The first one, again, I think it was a foregone conclusion, Akshi Kale, the beautiful Akshi Kale. And then we also have a tie in the first place with Tanish Shivdasani. I'm sure he has set quite a few hearts aflutter moves. Yes?
Yes.
So Akshi and Tanish have tied for first place. The second place goes to Sonia Darya. It was a nice melange of French cultures which she put together, something unusual. And the third goes to Khushi Yadav. Both second and third were very close together. It could have been anyone. But these are the winners which we have chosen, Kashmira and I. So I hope you all are happy with the results. Pointed those who lost. Thank you. Kashmira, would you like to present the winners of the speech?
Ma'am, I'll be calling her for that. Yeah. But before that, we had the guest of honor who raised her hand to say something. So you can go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. I really enjoyed all the performers, and congratulations to all the participants again. And just to continue with the because I am basically more qualified in singing than the other performances. So I would like to invite, if you are interested, I think there were 5 or 6 singers. I don't remember how many. 7, I guess. Oh, I forgot how many. Anyways, I don't remember how many were singing, but I found out that all of them were very good. And if you would like, seriously, I was amazed by your talents of singing, and singing in French is not that easy. So if you are interested, I would like to maybe initiate a choir with you guys, if you are interested, so we can maybe plan it out from September, and we can have an online choir. And I would really love to have you as a part of this choir, and we will sing in French. So if you are interested, just get in touch with me. You can ask your ma'am. She will provide you my contact.
Certainement.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for providing this opportunity. I'm sure we'll be excited to get on board. Moving ahead, I would like to call upon our second judge, Kashmira Bala ma'am, to announce the results for the speech.
Okay. Bonjour à toutes et à tous. Good evening, one and all, ladies and gentlemen. My dear young students, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. C.A. Kishore Peshori, Principal of MMK College, Bandra, Madam Roma Wagh and Dr. Mani Iyer, Vice Principal, my dear colleague and event head, Beena Multani, for inviting me to judge this intercollegiate competition. It's a great honor to be among you, especially the young participants who've made great efforts to showcase their talent in all the 3 events, be it the fashion show, Le Défi du Monde, the speech on exploring the rare facts of France, Le Discours, and the singing competition, Le Concours de Chant. It's amazing to see the enthusiasm and the creativity of these young kids of the Z generation. It's really commendable and incroyable, unbelievable how they've made these fantastic videos using the latest technology, especially the fashion show. Here, I would like to point out the names of two participants, Miss Akshi Kale and Mr. Tanish Shivdasani, who've done an excellent job as far as the fashion show is concerned. Jasri Emmer Vaye, I was amazed at their originality and the creativity, especially in their costumes. And also, I would like to applaud Ms. Kanvi Parekh for her excellent discourse on the rare facts of France with an impeccable French accent, use of the rich vocabulary, and great structuring skills. Today's young generation is far more talented than the previous one, especially in technology. It's so technophile, French. I would also like to encourage our youngsters to pursue the French language further, as it will open up many avenues and career opportunities. You could pursue your BA in French at the Mumbai University and then take up even MA. You could even do Diplôme Avancé, or you could do Diplôme de Traduction in French from the Mumbai University. They have excellent teachers, I tell you. As you all must be aware, during this difficult pandemic period, France has been a great friend and supporter of India with its supplies of oxygen generators and other necessary medical aid. But do you know that India and France share an excellent economic and business collaborations too? So from the professional point of view, the knowledge of French language can be a great asset. And mind you, you might communicate with French clients of your company in future. Moreover, apart from the professional aspect, I would also highly recommend you, my young friends, to learn this sweet language wholeheartedly and all the more point of view. I'm saying this not just because I'm a French teacher, but this is such a rich and a passionate language. C'est une langue riche et enrichissante. It has given us great writers and philosophers like our Indian writers. So my dear friends, I wish you bonne continuation, good luck in your discovery and journey of the French language, which will always remain a memorable and an enriching experience for you all. Merci and wishing you all une belle journée. Okay, now I come to the main part, announcing the winners for the discours. Okay, now just a second. Okay, the first prize, as you all know, goes to Kanvi Parekh for the discours. The second prize goes to Khushi Mehta. Kanvi has spoken impeccable French and a very good accent too. And the third prize is shared by Ria Gawande and Meenal Mathur. So all of you have done very well. Everyone has done well. It's not that, but of course, the first two have spoken in French. So Krochi and myself, we have judged them on that basis also. But all of you have spoken. Even the last person, she has given a lot of rare facts, good rare facts about France. I was very happy to judge this competition. And it was a beautiful evening. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Madam Prochi Master and Madam Kashmira Bala for announcing the results. And my heartiest congratulations to all the winners. You all truly deserved it. Now that we have reached towards the end of this program, I would like to call upon Vaishnavi to give the vote of thanks.
Bonsoir à tous. It's an honor to have been asked to offer a vote of thanks on the occasion of Bastille Day Celebration. I, Ms. Vaishnavi Amin, on behalf of the French department, first of all extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's event a successful one. I would like to thank our HSLC board, our principal Dr. C.A. Kishore Peshori sir,
Our Vice Principals, Dr. Mani Iyer Sir, Mrs. Roma Wag Ma'am, Mrs. Asha Bhatt Ma'am, and Dr. Ashish Jani Sir. Our Diamond Jubilee Cultural Head, Dr. Vishal Tomar Sir, and Diamond Jubilee Event Coordinator, Mrs. Aparna Dubey Ma'am. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our Honorable Guest of Honor, Madam Miriam, and our special guest, Madam Neha Shah Cheda, and our dear judges, Madam Prochi Master and Madam Kashmira Bala, who gave their precious time from their busy schedule to grace this occasion. I would also like to thank our French Department Event Head, Madam Veena Multani, for leading supervision and motivating us at every point of time. I would also like to thank our non-teaching staff and administrative staff, Registrar Mrs. Kajal Devnani Ma'am and Mr. Ashish Singh Sir for all the valuable input. I would also like to thank our anchors, Professor Daksha Gogia and Reza Nikoi, our technical head Suraj Verma, and our dedicated volunteers who have put in so much of efforts and made this event a successful one. Last but not the least, congratulations to all the winners and thanks to all the participants from various colleges who have participated with great enthusiasm. We hope you all enjoyed this event and had a great time. Stay safe, Allah Prosen, merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Before we end, I would like to request Maria ma'am, is she there? Just sing a song. We would like to hear from you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Merci beaucoup. I was keeping it if you wanted to hear it.
Definitely. Was waiting.
Yes.
So I have two songs, but I'll just keep one. C'est de Claude Nougaro. You must have maybe heard of him. He was a famous singer. So this song is called Armstrong from Louis Armstrong. It's a jazz song. Donc I'll just sing it. Armstrong, je ne suis pas noir, je suis blanc de peau. Quand on veut chanter l'espoir, quel manque de peau, oui, j'ai beau voir le ciel, l'oiseau, rien ne lit là-haut, les anges, zéro, je suis blanc de peau. Armstrong, tu te fends la poire, on voit toutes tes dents. Moi, je broie plutôt du noir en dedans. Chante pour moi, Louis. Oh oui, chante, ça tient chaud, j'ai froid. Moi qui suis blanc de peau. Armstrong, la vie, quelle histoire, c'est marrant qu'on l'écrive blanc sur noir ou bien noir sur blanc, on voit surtout du rouge, sans trêve ni repos, qu'on soit, ma foi, noir ou blanc de peau. Armstrong, un jour tard, on n'est que des os. Est-ce que les tiens seront noirs? Ce serait rigolo. Ah Louis, alléluia. Au-delà de nos oripeaux, noir et blanc sont ressemblants comme deux gouttes d'eau. Wow. Yeah!
Superb.
That was amazing. Like one jaw-dropping performance. Your
Thank you.
performance
The clap.
actually
The
gave a
clap.
perfect complete to, like an end to a program. Thank you so much for that.
And it is truly said that music has no language.
Yes.
My
Universal.
son running after listening. Who is singing, Mama? It's so nice. Thank you so much.
Whenever you are in
Madam,
whenever you are in Bandra, come to college at any point of time. All three of you.
Thank you. Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Krishna, Madam,
Yes.
Madam Pradi, all are welcome to MMK College.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
We
much.
would love to come. We would love to come once things open up.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much for calling us. We had a wonderful time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Medium, c'était incroyable. Formidable, époustouflante.
Oui, bien sûr. Hein?
Merci.
Merci.
Merci à vous tous.
Oui, merci à tous.
Thank you for calling us.
Yeah, it's
We had
been
a
a
wonderful time.
Wonderful song, and very nice voice.
D'accord, maintenant c'est la fin et le vidéo. Merci à tout le monde.
Thank you.
À l'année prochaine, le 14 juillet encore. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci. À bientôt.
À bientôt.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so much.
Both
Congratulations,
wonderful job.
Thank you so
Madam,
much.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. All your support. You're able to do a bit. Yeah.
Anushri is raising her hand.
I think she wants to say something.
Yeah.
I would like to
Madam, I'll leave. Madam, I'll leave. Anytime you're welcome, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for joining. So you can stop recording because now it's an interaction
Yeah.
session, so you can stop it now. The event is over.